Welcome everyone to Vapor Dragonmar. It's time for some more Great Shadow Legends. Tree rank 4 artifacts. Let's do that quest real quick. Let's try that. So, first off, let's buy these. Second off, let's sell. Sorry, I have to sell. There's the issue, right? This account has a reputation for having a lot of low-ranking artifacts. So because of that, I've got to clean up my act here. So I need 3 decent helms. To level 16. And it's going to reset. The quests are going to reset. And I'm not going to have the tokens to hatch my Yannickas. And this account is in more dire need of help than the other one. Although the other one still needs help, and hopefully I hatch something good in my next set of hatching. So I'll show what we're going to do with Melga later, because Clan vs. Clan's coming right around the corner, like right tomorrow. That's 1. Make it 2. If it's not something truly rare, we can just sell it. Like, if it's not truly special, we might as well sell it. Right? Because the gear, for the most part on here, is Garbo anyway. Okay. Well, that means we have to sell again. And there we go. 10 debuffs on Fire Knight's Castle. We will be farming this account specifically a lot tomorrow because it needs help. It needs help. Start at stage 12. I hate the fact there's paragons in here. I hate it. I genuinely hate it. Because the only way to really get past it is either to nuke it straight away. I seriously hate this. Ha! Perfect. The last thing I need him to do is to spam stinking unkillable and make my life absolutely miserable. Because that's what Paragon can do. If he's just programmed to constantly throw out invincible constantly, you can be stuck there unless you have a Geomancer, and then Geomancer doesn't multi-hit for Fire Knight. So then there's that problem, like Geomancer or Madame Ceres. Like, it's literally like that when it comes to Paragon, and that's why I don't like fighting Paragon. And the only way to really deal with that genuinely is you need a lot of accuracy, so that when you strip the buff comes off. That's why I absolutely despise Paragon in this situation. It's even worse than it is in Arena. It's even worse. Ugh. The key is to keep the poisons up by keeping the turn meter down. That's the main way this team comp works. Stop him from getting a turn. Allure helps with that a lot. So that once the shield is down, he can't necessarily get it back up in time before all these debuffs land on him. Apothecary helps with stripping the shield. I do not have Vizier on this account, and it was very unfortunate that that happened. Hopefully, it's enough debuffs. But yeah, Occult Brawler's purpose, right, in this fight is very simple. Is to put as much poison and damage on the boss as possible, while the others do the multi-hits. Mainly the debuff. Because the amount of poison, right, and then we just want to do some... I don't want silver packs. Go to Dragon's Lair. We'll go to stage 16. To increase the debuffs on the boss, we're going to put something that's full of debuffs. What do we got that's full of debuffs? How about Geo? Now, while this may not be the fastest on the waves, for obvious reasons, I don't have a Zavia to just crook through the waves, so just keep this in mind. Nor do I have any other massive nukers on here that are really good for this. Maybe Magnar, but I need to rebuild him. Magnar or Siege Hulk. But the main purpose also here, right, is to get the debuffs on the boss to ensure that. So something like Zavia would be much more attuned to this kind of thing. But I have to adapt the approach. So, start with that. Get poison. Provoke if possible. Get debuffs. Get more debuffs. Get more debuffs if I can. More debuffs. More debuffs. Now, although the episode did not come out in the wash last night, I will explain what happened. So, I helped out Melga Steel Girdle instead of Pythion because I couldn't get the requirements. So, that was my plan. Get that creeping petrify in there. Like, why are you putting him in there? Simple. Debuffs and damage. Geomancer is actually low tier godlike. Like, low key godlike. Because he's got this thing where he puts up the 2 debuffs, right? The burn and the weaken. And all of that does a lot of damage. Did anyone see how much damage that just dealt? This is so that when this refreshes tomorrow, we'll be able to get Yannicka into the equation. And I'll also put Yannicka into the other equation. Now, unfortunately for me, I'm basically put on the point to do five dungeon stuff. So, because of this, because I'm put on the spot for this, I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to do it before the clan war. It's that simple. I tried some pumpernickel today. It was an interesting flavor. Not bad, just interesting. It's not to everyone's taste. I can completely understand that because I have plenty of customers that absolutely despise pumpernickel. I do not despise it though. We're going to have to save that for tomorrow. Let's pick up whatever rewards are here. We need gems, believe me. Because what happened was the last CVC, right? Like the gems on here are really low. So I'm going to have to do things to get more gems. Like Turbo Farm. Okay, okay. And apparently do normal arena. And I don't have anybody that's easy. Except, well, these aren't easy, but it seems doable. Barely doable. If that. And now you're like, what do you mean barely do? These other teams are really, really stacked. Don't ask me why these teams are in this level of arena. They just are, and it's stacked, and it's gross. So I have to try to look for what is the weak link. And this, unfortunately, is the weak link. Like, no way. Yep. That's right. That's the weak link. The rest of this has special setups. All of these with Duchess. Like, I don't have a Duchess. This one's got a Kimi setup with a Mashald and a Kymar. Do you know how hard that is to get around? Duchess with Kymar setup. Zavia with an Arbiter and a Grave Dirt to stop people from dying, and then this guy to throw more poison so the Zavia does more damage. A Brogni team with a... Like, this is the kind of... Oh my god. Like, this is what I'm up against. I don't even have a Brogni on any account. One day, if I'm lucky enough, I might get him. Ugh. Any day now. Any day now I can get a Brog. Any day now. Okay, I'm just making sure it didn't do what it did yesterday and have the Discord permanently up on screen. And I'm like, is that really what it did? Is that really necessary? Okay, so I know that my recording messed up. I might show it sometime next, like later maybe. But long story short, we cleared up some quests and we 6-starred Melga as my substitute for Pythion. True, Melga is not the best substitute for Pythion, but she's not terrible. She has some pretty powerful skills. Good damage mitigation. We're going to want to purchase mystery shards. I would have love it if there was any ancients for me attempting that fusion, but there isn't. Of course there isn't. So I'll have to resort to the gems I have. Thankfully, I have a decent amount of gems for this. Hopefully, and we didn't hatch any legendaries either. We only hatched one epic, Pharsalus Grave Dirt, which is not even that good of a champion. I mean, I think he's okay, but he's certainly not top tier god or whatever. He's certainly not. I could certainly use something like a miscreated monster or something. And I got low on energy fuel from trying to do the champion training. We are obviously going to do some arena today. Okay, so what we're going to want to do, right, is we're going to want to look at clan quests. So, we didn't get any clan quests. Let's do... Let's go straight to the expert ones, because I want maximum. We'll do the Fire Knight one, because I know I have a setup for that. I don't want to attempt this. Although it's tempting. Stage 20 plus. I'm only going to attempt this because I know I can. That's why. I know I can do these two. And then we're going to want the third one. Let's just stick with... Let's just stick with the expert one. Let's start with the forge. No. Junk. Done. Apparently that was way easier than I thought that was going to be. Alright. Back to the elite ones. These... Fire Knight and Dragon's Lair. Already on the table, and they aren't hard. At least not for me. Because we've got this setup, right? So what we're going to want to do... There's a number of ways I can get this set up, right? That's the only time we're really going to want to use provoke in this situation. I don't know if I completed the arena mission. I know I didn't complete the clan boss mission. I know for a fact. Go for it. I am trying to finish these before they expire is the problem. So that is the thing. Go for that. It doesn't help my mood that my recording for this game went bad last night, so that's why I'm trying to compensate, because I didn't realize that the Discord thing got stuck in front and did not register anything else. I might have to resort to additional debuffs. As much as I despise saying it. Because we aren't getting enough debuffs on the boss. So we are going to have to stick. What about Zavia? What about Zavia into this equation? Because maybe Zavia is better than a Cult Brawler for this situation, right? Because she's got the triple hit. Because, like, the triple hit here, right, is what we want. I like how that point blank blocks revive. Because, yeah, Zavia is actually overpowered in Fire Knight. As mad as that sounds. And is actually worth my time to put in this equation. Because in the end, I need someone to break this shield. Right? So we burst the turn meter, get debuffs, try to get poison on him. And try to increase debuffs from there. And just keep stacking these up. If we can. Now I know this works, but I still don't think he's not doing his job well enough. As these debuffs are falling off way too easily. Or not. Or not. Now let's do it with Dragon's Lair. Because trust me, I want a glut of that substance. Because number one, I need to have it ready for energy fuel and for other fusions and whatever the heck else is in there. So see, we practically have it set up. Practically. My regular dragon setup. Just do it manually. Because my regular dragon setup is a poison explosion. Now, the best Zavia setup, as you might have seen, I don't have. Trying to get the debuffs up. See, I have no reason to use her explosion because the first thing I want is as much of these debuffs as humanly possible on the boss. As I know at this point, it would explode and kill the boss. But I'm just afraid of how many debuffs. Like, I need to constantly keep that on the boss. Okay, I think it's done. I can't be sure, but it's gotta die anyway. Done! 1,600 clan coins in the bag. That's a pretty sick sum. I like how some of these people earn no clan XP, and others have learned a ton of it. And I remain at the top of the order of clan XP. Reminding everyone These are the people who are telling me they had big things happening. These people. And he's the only one that's back. And their leader hasn't been seen for 3 weeks. All of their progress is based on my own progress. Uh-huh. Clan Quest Mania, man. I'm gonna have to do triple star later today, man. It's how it works. You know what? This is gonna actually take forever, and I don't have a good block revive to deal with that. There's just too much revive. Can we get something easier? Here we go. Just anything to give me more arena battles. Anything. Because I need to have 12 arena battle. What is going on with the client? They get this much money and this still happens. I am kind of flabbergasted, honestly. Okay, well, you know what I need. We got to do some ending of tasks because my Plarium play is being a vermin. And later today, I have to grind again because, you know, okay, I don't have patience for this. We'll be doing this next time.